Did you ever see that movie 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
When they shot the chimps up with this thing called Rage.
Yeah, Rage. Yeah.
Chimp gets out and, gets that dude, and then the fucking...
That was that the first zombie movie that were like super fast, right?
Yeah, that was
great.
the best.
Cillian Murphy? Is that his name?
That, in my opinion, is the best zombie movie.
I saw that 2 days in a row.
Fuck that.
It's one of like 5 movies I've seen 2 days in a row.
The second one's good too.
I went to it opening night because I was like, this is amazing, and I didn't like it as much.
Well, the first one was so revolutionary, you know. It was just, and it was a different concept, like a man-created zombie virus that just infects everyone immediately, instantly, turns you into a fucking monster.
Yeah.
But the thing is that virus is kind of like what rabies is.
Right.
Rabies isn't as effective because it doesn't turn you into a screaming, running maniac trying to bite people. But the reason why animals with rabies bite you, they have no fear of you, and they bite you to give you rabies. They're trying to give it to you.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying that something in the composition of rabies elicits the need to pass it on?
100%.
I can't compute that.
There's a lot of examples in nature of viruses and parasites tricking organisms into doing things that are not in their best interest. And I think a virus could easily find a way to hijack the way an animal's mind works and to force it to be aggressive if it wanted to be transmitted a lot. That's the only reason why it would make sense that they would want to be, because if they're so aggressive, they could risk death. Like an animal being recklessly aggressive is not good for its longevity, right? Because you could be recklessly aggressive with a wolf or something that could kill you, and you run up on it, it just eats you. But if you could bite it first, then you can give it rabies.
Right.
And then that thing's going to bite a bunch of other things, especially if it's big enough to kill you. Now it can bite everything. Like there was a bunch of travelers that went across the country, like during the Lewis and Clark expedition, and a couple of them, I believe, got rabies. I think more than one of them got rabies. See if we can find that.
That's not an instant.
It kills everybody.
It's not now. It's not. I know they have rabies shot, but let's say without the shot, is that
fucked.
Certain death? No.
Yeah.
It's like certain death.
It's like 99% certain death. There's a few people that have survived now. They've figured out a way to put people into medically induced comas. And the problem is, this is obviously coming from someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. But what I understand is it's a very old virus and a dangerous one. Because what it does is it works faster than your immune system can fight it off. And so your immune system is fighting off rabies, but it can't win. Rabies just hijacks everything and makes its way through. And by putting someone in a medically induced coma, they've found a way to reach equilibrium where the resources of the person's body are not being required anymore, and the immune system can fight off the rabies. And with medication, they were able to do it. But they also can get you if you just got bit.
Yeah, how much time do you have? Do you know?
have like very little time.
But
you have like hours.
Oh shit!
I didn't know that. You got to get to the hospital quickly.
I did not know that.
And they'll test, and hopefully if you have the animal that killed you, they want to test the animal, but they'll give you these shots that are apparently like brutally painful. I think they go into your stomach. Like what did I ask you to Google right before that? This is a heavy Google
the Lewis
day.
and Clark thing, but I didn't see that, so I'm now digging up like maybe it's another traveler, but.
The Lewis and Clark thing, you didn't hear about a guy getting rabies?
Didn't see anything with that on my quick search.
It might have been another one of them dudes making it across the country stories, which I've read a lot of. They're fucking terrifying. Those days were terrifying. But it's just like a virus like that wants to be transmitted and then tricks the animal to being aggressive. That's one of the weirder things about viruses. They're so sneaky in how they evolve.
Yeah.
Clinical features of rabies patients with abnormal sexual behaviors as the presenting manifestations. Abnormal sexual. So the rabies wants to be transmitted sexually?
Yeah, what does abnormal sexual behavior mean?
A 32-year-old man with frequent ejaculation as the initial symptom of rabies was first reported. Wow, he just fucking can't stop, won't stop.
I know a lot of guys with rabies then.
Then a literature review was conducted using databases including CNKI, Sinomed VIP, Wang Fang Data, Science Direct, ProQuest, Ovid, and PubMed. In addition to our case, 54 other rabies cases with abnormal sexual behaviors are the presenting manifestations have been reported since 1970. Among 55 cases, 51 were male,
wow,
and 3 were female. Unknown gender for 1 case. Oh, God. Even back then, with ages ranging from 6 to 71 years. Wow. All cases were reported in developing countries. 46 in China. Dog bites were the major source of infection, and extremities were the main exposure sites. Wow. That's crazy. 83%. 83.6% cases had abnormal sexual behaviors as the initial symptoms. The major presenting manifestations were, what is that word? Priapism? What does that mean? Priapism?
Am I reading this right? You get bit by a dog in China and you just start ejaculating everywhere?
Just coming.
There you go.
A rare condition, a prolonged erection of the penis. That's right. The full or partial erection continues hours behind. It isn't caused by sexual stimulation. So that's what this is. This is like, they're so wild and randy that they have a constant hard-on and ejaculation in males and hypersexuality in females. All cases were clinically diagnosed based on medical history and clinical manifestations. Given no standardized post-exposure prophylaxis, all cases died with a survival time between 1 and 15 days. Yeah, most people who get rabies die.
Do you think that jizz had rabies in it? Like
Let's hope. Makes the story more fun.
All right, let me take out the rabies part of it, right? Just you catch that, you get something where you have that disease. You got the hard on you can't get rid of, you just keep ejaculating. Ejaculating is fun. How long before it's not, like, how is it, like, in 20 minutes you don't like it anymore? A couple days? Like if you're just constantly feeling the feeling of ejaculation, is it like, can you perform your regular tasks?
It's another level of hell, just like that fucking head getting sewn back on the body.
It's hell, right?
You're just constantly hard and like in 20 minutes.
After 20 minutes, it's hell for you.
You're exhausted and you just keep coming. You're like,
at 21 minutes, you're like, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, imagine like never not being horny. That would be hell.